Welcome. Today we are doing a Zoom and Learn with our friends from Holiday Retirement. And what they are here to talk about is what's the difference? There's independent living, there's retirement living, there's plain old senior apartments, and they're going to talk about what to look for, the questions to ask, what it is, what's involved. So that way, when you are ready to start your search for retirement living, independent living, whatever it is that you're looking for, you know the things to look for because you'll know the different types of services that are offered at all the different places. So that way you're not wasting your time in your search. So that being said, we have our friends Lisa Miller with us and Jennifer. I'm going to get Jennifer's last name wrong. Oh, I know it. Oh,
French.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's an easy one. French.
Thank you. I should have known that. We got Paris in the background, and I should have known. All right, that should have been my clue. And Jennifer Fridge here with us, and they are going to tell you today all about those different living options you have available to you. So I'm going to stop gabbing now, and I am going to spotlight them, and they are going to Jennifer. Where did you go? Let me find you. There you are. And I'm going to add you. And I'm going to take away from me. Your floor is yours, ladies. Take it away.
There you go. Well, I'm going to say thank you for having us, and thank you for signing up for this most interesting Class 101. Some of you are probably more knowledgeable about senior communities than myself and Jennifer be. But just for clarification, raise your hand if you have ever talked to a senior advisor that had helped you with some kind of community. Anybody? Couple of, okay. All right, good to see. Before I get too far, Jennifer, if anybody's got a question, will you just watch the chat box so we can cover that? Okay.
Oh, I'll
good.
take care of that. If I see anything come up,
Okay.
Who do we want? Lisa Gibbons it for you. All right.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I'll try to pay attention to you all over here on the screen. So what I really wanted to do is I'm going to do the first part of just talking about these different words that you hear. There's a lot of terminology about what it is that we are involved in as senior advisors, salespeople. You know, you might have some people called business development. Everybody's got a different name, but our jobs really are advocates. You know, what we're here to do in a community is to help you find what it is you are looking for. So really the place I'm going to start with is just terminology. What are some of these things we hear about, and how is one different than the other? So most of you have heard about independent living, right? You nod your head. There you go. So when you hear about independent living, there's actually 2 or 3 kinds of independent living you could hear about. One independent living would be what Jennifer and I know about. It's called 55 plus active living. If you've heard of that, that means it is a community of individuals that are at least 55 years old. They're still very active. Many of them are between 55 and 70, 72, might still be working part-time, still driving, you know, want a garage, they want a full kitchen, and that is active senior communities. And then there's also what we call affordable senior communities, and those would be communities that are part of our housing department. And what they do is they try to help people through an application process to be involved in what is called Title 8 or income based. And some of you might have heard of or maybe know someone who lives at the Evergreen, for example, right? We have some people that are part of the townhomes of Garland in Saxe. That would be income based. So the only way you can be admitted into that level of community is by having the age and the financial requirement met, and then you go on to a wait list. In the communities that Jennifer and I work in, they are independent levels. So as long as you are 55 years old, you want 3 meals a day and all your amenities taken care of. That's what we do as independent living communities. And we do have 9 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Next up from those 3 independent, you then have what's called assisted living. And some people have heard about assisted living being called assisted living A or assisted living B. Some of you have probably heard of that, or maybe not. An assisted living community that would be classified or licensed as a type A community would be pretty closely tied to what independent living is, as Jennifer and I are persons who take care of people independently, still have a lot of capability on their own, but for some reason they might need some medical oversight, and that might be why they would be in an assisted living type A. A type B assisted living community would mean that a person could have a lot of care needs necessary every day. They may need to have a nurse present some of the time. They might need ongoing medications necessary, multiple times a day. But a lot of people will choose an assisted living community because there's a higher level of medical need, not necessarily someone who is bed bound. Does that make sense to you all? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So when we go into assisted living communities, or even some IL communities that are an independent living and assisted, you might hear the words buy-in. Have any of you heard the words buy-in when you hear about independent living? Okay. So those communities, there are few here in the area. The ones that I know of would be the Legacy properties. Highland Springs would be one of those properties. It seems to me like there's a segment of the Edgemere that is a buy-in. Jennifer, is there anybody else I'm forgetting? Pipe in if you know of somebody else.
Presbyterian Village.
The Village, okay. So those are the top 4 products that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that you buy in. I will be very honest with you. They are obviously doing something right, because just watch Highland Springs grow here in far north Dallas to the tune of, 10 years ago, they might have had 2 buildings with 300 or 400 people, and now they've got 7 or 8 buildings, and each building has 200 or 300 people in them. So when you spend $100,000 up to $500,000 to buy into that product, they're doing something right, because they've got plenty of people that are doing that. And basically what that would look like is you're selling a home, you have your capital gains from your home sale, you give it to that community, and then they keep that money and help it grow. And at the end of your days, your 90% of your monies will go back to your family's inheritance, whomever. So there's another layer of independent assisted living that I would share with you, and that is that buy-in community, or like us, month-to-month kind of communities, right? Any questions so far from anybody? Okay, so the next I would talk about, as you go from IL into AL, the next level really is that skilled nursing area, or even memory care. I'll cover skilled first. Skilled nursing facilities, as people know in our industry, they call them a SNF. Have any of y'all heard the word SNF? Yeah, I know. Well, put that in your jargon, because you'll hear that in the medical clinical arena, that they'll say, oh, they need to go from the hospital to a SNF. Well, a SNF means a skilled nursing facility that has also rehabilitation. Have any of y'all been a rehab center anywhere here in North Dallas? Yeah, okay, Kim. So the skilled nursing facilities are all mandated by Medicare Their jobs are to aggressively get you back to your norm as quick as they possibly can. And generally, that's within a 20-day period. That's what Medicare will pay for. If you hear anything different than that, somebody's not telling you the whole truth, because that's a requirement. Up to 20 days, Medicare pays for everything. They're going to put you through a pretty grueling exercise process. Most of you will say, I don't want to do that. 3 hours is too much. But if you're non-compliant, they basically will discharge you to your family and say they're no longer compliant. They will not do what needs to be done. That does happen, but not as much as I would have thought. So that's a good thing. Most of our folks that are going into rehab know they need to be compliant, and most people want to get back to their norm. Okay. So in talking about skilled nursing communities, there are some, and Jennifer might have learned this as well, there are some skilled nursing communities that a person can go right from their home and be admitted right to that facility, as opposed to having to go to the hospital. A lot of people don't know that. What would be some of those circumstances? I would say if you have a debilitating diagnosis and you need additional care, and you want it to be more aggressive than just having home health come to your house a couple times a week, call your Medicare folks and ask them, what nursing facility, skilled nursing rehab center could I go to get my knees fixed? I had knee surgery. I need more help. And they will help you. Okay. I can give you a bunch of names, but the truth of the matter is you can be referred anywhere your insurance company can help you. You do not have to go to a hospital first. You don't have to have a debilitating fall. Like, you don't have to say, oh, I'll have to wait till I break my hip. You don't have to do that. You can go right. I know Jean's up there smiling at me. You can go right from your home to a rehab center, given that your Medicare approves those days. So make sure you get the approval so you're not paying out of pocket. Does that all make sense? All right, good job. So skilled nursing facilities, as we would go from independent living to assisted living to, skilled living, skilled nursing facilities can be short-term or they can be long-term. If you have short-term, generally that means you've got an injury that is rehabilitatable. I think I said it right. But you're gonna be there for a short time. And some people might call it respite, but I don't even call it respite because that's different. Short-term rehab really means that you've got an injury that is skillable enough to get you back to norm. If you are in long-term care possibility, that long-term care really means you could have had a stroke or something that you are permanently debilitated, and there's a lot more assistance necessary. Those people that would go from my community, which we have helped them, that will go from my independent level community with assisted capability to a skilled nursing facility, they go there because they have now become so intensely needing service that they need more skilled care daily. Does that make sense? So it's a hard one to grasp onto if you're not in that area. But again, a person who is needing long-term care as opposed to short care is someone who's probably had a stroke. They might have had, an advanced level Parkinson's, rheumatoid arthritis. Gosh, Jennifer, what might be some of those other diagnoses that would be more skilled nursing? Those are my top three that I talk about.
Sometimes
Stroke,
you have wound care, or stroke is another one that they
Yeah.
need help with all their activities of daily living.
Well,
Yeah,
and your
definitely.
feeding tubes, Lisa. So if somebody has a feeding
Yeah.
tube, that would be another skilled nursing.
Yeah.
Tracheotomies, You're
Right.
getting into really heavy duty stuff there, but yeah, basically heavy
Yeah.
duty stuff.
Yeah, there you go. And I don't really try to omit anything. I just know what I generally see. And folks, you are at your home, you know, things that you might be seeing with your friends that you're communicating with as you are talking with other circles. We're all in circles where we're talking about how we feel. Oh, my knees hurt. Oh, my hips hurt. Oh, my hands hurt. You know, we're always talking about these things. So we know this is a prevalent conversation. So it's worth understanding some of this process, you know, not just the terminology, but how do you fit into this next step? Another layer that I talk about within all of these areas is what we call residential care homes. There's a beautiful organization, and you all can Google this if you're technology based. It's called Torch, TORCH. The acronym stands for Texas Organizational Residential Care Homes. Okay. So the interesting part about that, and what I want to kind of leave off with in thought, is some individuals are at a place, they might be memory care level, they might be that person who could possibly go to a skilled nursing facility, but you as a family are like, yeah, I don't really think I want to go to that type of a property. It's too big, it's too nursing, it's too whatever the two monies are. A residential care home that is licensed will have a nurse, house manager, and caregivers. And they generally are homes that only have maybe 4 to 8 individuals. So if you have a loved one who needs more attention, more care, more oversight, where it feels more like one-on-one, a residential care home is a beautiful environment to seek. I know for a fact where I live up in North Dallas, Campbell and Coit, there are many, many residential care homes that I didn't even know that they were there until I started doing some home visitations. And I thought, oh my gosh, these cool family houses are for senior people. And I thought that's really a cool venue for individuals. In my property, we have 104 apartments. When an individual matriculates to a level of either A, memory care, or B, more hands-on nursing care, depending on who that person is, I will refer them to a residential care home property and let them do their homework and see if this is a good fit. But for a lot of reasons, in the 12 years that I've been doing this, there's a lot of reasons why I suggest to my family members to choose residential care homes, just because I've seen many of them. Now, you might say, Lisa, that might be good for some people, but I can't afford paying $6,000 a month, right? Well, they don't all cost $6,000 a month. So I would say to you, if you are helping a family member, a good friend, a church associate, somebody in your bridge group, your neighborhood, yourselves, and you're looking at independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing with rehab, residential care homes. These are all the different kinds of living environments that are underneath the umbrella of senior living. I would tell you, because people ask this of us a lot, does Medicare pay for that? The answer is no. Medicare takes care of your hospital, your doctors, and your pharmacy or lab work, etc. Medicaid, if you are a Medicaid waiver applicant because of a medical need and a financial need, you could get some Medicaid housing help. Does that make sense?
All right, Lisa, I've
Okay.
been out of the loop for a while, so I've got a question for you.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Uh-huh.
Medicaid pretty much still only applies to skilled nursing. Is that correct?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came from a Brookdale community, and we actually had in our assisted living wings up to 12 Medicaid assisted living apartments.
Oh, wow.
I believe, yes, I believe, and Jennifer, you might be able to help me with this. I believe none of the Brookdale properties now have a Medicaid wing. I believe all skilled nursings are almost exclusively Medicaid recipients. Yeah.
There's some that offer that, but a lot of it is limited as far as Brookdale and stuff. But there are some particular communities or facilities that have Medicaid beds available, and it's a limited percentage of what they offer.
Yeah, very much so. And I know it gets real confusing when people come to the table and they want to know Medicare. You know, they'll say to me, Lisa, you know, my mom's looking for this. She has Medicare and Medicaid. And I said, well, both of those are good, but not either one of them are going to help us here. So let's drill down more. Where do we need to go? And I've actually, Jennifer, I think I sent you a list of this. I actually have put together a list of what I call my income-based Medicaid recipient housing communities. And I have probably 7 or 8 of them on there. So if people need that, you could email either of us or, you know, go into Zoe. But I, I, I am excited about people wanting to know this verbiage and how this works, because I do believe it's confusing on where do we go? What do we need to do? You know, somebody did go to the hospital. My husband's now in the hospital. Now he's got to go to rehab. And then they're saying, you know, he can't go home from rehab at home. He really needs to go to an assisted living environment. And then when people call me, I pretty much try to figure out, are you at the level we can assist because we have assistive living capabilities? Or are you better served with one of my sister, you know, not sister, but one of my friends who work in another property and they do all of these things, which I think is a better fit. So I believe that my peers, Jennifer and everybody inside and outside our company, if you tell us what you need, we have the referrals to tell you exactly who you should go to. And we don't mind sharing that kind of information with our competitors because they do the same for us. If they don't feel like somebody's a good fit for them, then they say, hey, Lisa, here's somebody that could work for the El Dorado. So I'm going to just say, if you've got any questions, I see some things out there in the chat box, and Zoe's getting them up there and helping us with that. Bed bound for skilled. Yep, absolutely. The Texas Organization of Care Homes Torch. What a great community. I've known those gals for a bunch. I'm
Yeah,
going to turn
good
it over
people.
to Jennifer. Yeah, really good people. I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer. She's going to talk to you all about really what is the holiday way.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I am never not amazed by the wealth of Lisa's knowledge and what she's learned and how many people she's helped and how passionate she is about finding and helping seniors find the right place. That's something that Lisa takes very seriously, and I've learned a lot from her and always enjoy talking to her about it. But it's something our company takes very seriously because we really consider ourselves the senior living experts. And if we're the right lifestyle for you and we're the right community for you, Lisa and I will be elbowing each other, telling you how wonderful our properties are because we love each other, but we also are really proud of what we're able to offer to our residents and the community as a whole. But if it's something that it's not going to be a good fit or safe or the right option for a family member or yourself, we'll also be the first ones to tell you that. And that's something that we want you to be in the best place for you and be in the place where you're going to be happiest and it's best for your family and everyone that's in your life. But holiday is wonderful. And I'm at the Bentley, which we're in the Northwest Dallas area. My friend Lisa is in Richardson. She mentioned that holiday senior living, we do have 9 properties within the Dallas-Fort Worth area that you'll see us. We actually have 2 properties in Arlington. We've got 3 in Dallas proper. We've got 1 in McKinney. We've got 1 in Allen. We've got 1 in Denton, and we have 1 in Flower Mound. So we have a really nice collection of communities that offer different areas and some different amenities depending on which community you're closest to. There's a lot of great options that we have for you. Something that makes Holiday special is it's really the community and the lifestyle that we're able to offer. It's very much a familiar type of community. Lisa mentioned that she has 104 apartments at her property. I have 119 at my property, and my property is a little bit different, that we even have some cottages, which are in separate buildings from our main apartment building. And it's a little bit more independent living in that we offer full kitchens as well as in-unit washer dryers. In our cottages, they have a front door and a back door, and it's a great option for someone who's still driving and wants to take advantage of all the amenities that we're able to offer in a community, but still keep, like I said, a little bit more independent living. So we have 4 2-bedroom cottages and 4 1-bedroom cottages in our community, which is just a great other option that we can offer folks that are looking for their next new home. Something that we offer that I love, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the amenities we offer at Holiday and just kind of what we can offer our residents and what our residents enjoy. We do offer 3 chef-prepared meals a day, and they are served dining room style, so that they're in our dining room and served restaurant style, so there's choices. We send out a week's worth of menus in advance, so our residents see them and have an idea of what's going on. If they maybe have other plans, they might plan their lunch around, they need to be here for Thursday because that's fried chicken day, and the chef has perfected his fried chicken. And then, but there's options that if you were ill, that we could have a tray sent up to your apartment, that you weren't able to leave the apartment, we'll bring the dinner to you, which is also wonderful. We're really big on activities and outings and fun. There are always things going on, whether it's exercise classes in the morning and chair yoga with one of the occupational therapists, bingo, jewelry making. We might have different companies come in and do small boutiques in our atrium. That it might be, we had Mary Kay here yesterday, but we might have someone 2 days before, we had a jewelry and watch repair there. So we bring a lot of services into our community. So it's just, again, that extra layer of convenience and ease, and just really, it's all about simplifying your life so you can enjoy hobbies and friends and other things, as opposed to worrying about some of those just things like writing one check. For us, you'll take care of your meals. You also take care of your utilities. I don't know about anybody else right now, but I am running my air conditioning constantly because we're in Texas, and we're deciding how many degrees up we want to go because we're worried about how high our electric bill might be. We at Holiday, we take care of your utilities. The only utility we don't cover is your phone. We take care of your heat and your air conditioning, which you have complete control over. We also take care of water and gas and electric and trash. And we also provide Wi-Fi in your apartment and expanded basic cable. So when you start adding that up, it's a huge chunk of your monthly budget, and you don't have to worry about it, and you'll never get a bill for them. We also have housekeeping service. We have amazing housekeepers at our property. The new girl on our housekeeping team has been with us for 15 years. So if that gives you an idea of what a wonderful tenure that our employees have and how much they love being here and love our residents. It's wonderful because they'll come into your house and they'll vacuum and they'll do the floors and they'll scrub the bathtub and take care of keeping the bathroom clean. But we also provide linen service. So we actually provide sheets. So once a week, then they come in to clean your apartment. They'll also strip the bed, wash your sheets, remake the bed fresh, and give you fresh towels. It cuts down on your laundry significantly. And it just also gives you a little bit of that hotel feel. There's nothing better than walking into your bedroom and seeing the bed made beautifully, and you didn't have to do it. Expanded basic cable, Wi-Fi. I'm trying not to, I don't want to keep you guys on too long because I know you've got lots to do today, but we also provide a GPS enabled emergency device. We provide the Great Call system, which is a one-touch button. It is a cellular device. It's talk to talk. You'll press a button and someone will be there to talk with you. and give you what you need and can help you in any way. If there was something that you needed emergency services, or if you just were out and got a flat tire, you can press that button and they will help get you the help you need and will stay on the line with you until the help you need is right next to you. You're not alone. You're not pressing a button or pulling a cord, afraid or hoping that someone is paying attention to that. It's there for you, and it's included when you're a resident of all of our holiday properties. It's just another wonderful item that we add, and it works throughout the entire country. So if you are visiting family in Atlanta, it works there, and it's GPS enabled, so they can send help to you there. We also do scheduled transportation. We can give you a trip, help give you your rides to your doctor's appointment within a 10-mile radius of our communities, as well as shopping. And we do wonderful excursions going out for lunch bunch. We might go to the farmer's market. We might go to the George Bush Museum. There's just a lot of great options that we're able to offer. And it's really all about simplifying your life and taking care of some of these details so you can enjoy other things like your hobbies and your family and friends and just enjoying life. And that's really what we're here for. And Lisa and I would love to help you. I know that Zoe just put our information up in the chat box, and we're really here to be experts and help you and hope we can help you. But if we're not the right fit for you, we can help provide the resources for what you and your family need. Thank you so much for allowing us to chat with you today.
Of course. So one thing that I want to bring up, and I know you guys will have the answer for this, is what questions, if I were coming to look for retirement, independent living, specifically, right? What questions should I be asking when I'm going out to these places and I'm trying to figure out, what services they have, or if what they offer matches my lifestyle? What do you recommend people ask?
The first thing that I ask, number one, you do want to think about budget, because that's something that is a reality to everyone, and being able to know that you've taken a look at your budget so you have an idea of what you have that's affordable for you, and also take into account that prices do increase annually at a lot of places. Something Holiday does is we actually provide, we offer a rate lock program. That's something that you can pay an additional fee on move-in and lock your rate in for your entire life when you stay in that apartment. But knowing the budget, knowing do they offer meals and how many meals do you offer? At Holiday, we offer 3 chef-prepared meals a day. There are other communities that offer 20 meals a month plus a continental breakfast, or 30 meals a month plus a continental breakfast. What works for your lifestyle? Do you need additional services? Say that you are very comfortable doing everything on your own, but medication management, you need some assistance with that. That's something that home healthcare companies can help and have you in an independent community and offering you those small services that you need to keep you independent, happy, and healthy, and on your own for as long as possible. Lisa, what do you think?
I think one of the things I would say in what we do in our jobs to help you is to do discovery. Number one, are you moving from your home? Okay. Why? What's going on at home that really makes it necessary for us to take on this next step? Right now, each and every one of you listening to my voice, you are already saying to yourself, well, I'm moving because, and you can fill out the rest of that sentence. It's really important to us that you allow us to step into your world so we know how we can best help you. If we cannot meet your needs, then it certainly is up to us to tell you, I don't think we can do that. You would be best served by someone else. But at the end of the day, what I know to be true is that there is no question that we've not heard that can tell us how we can best help you. And probably a big question that both Jennifer and I receive is, well, what if I need more services? What's going to happen? And that big question answered every time, all the time, as best to our ability is, if you need more services, I know our community has an in-house care plan team that can meet those needs. Now I say to them, if they become at a place where they are bed bound or something else is happening physically that we can't really meet that need 24/7 here, then we're going to make a suggestion where that could be. So, in every case, the big question on your part is, why would I do well here? And what I say to you all is, you want an easier lifestyle. You don't want to take care of a big old house anymore. Maintaining all that is just nuts. And honestly, what I really need is I need that kind of oversight. So an independent living community is an excellent choice. And I think, and I don't know, Jennifer, you might agree with this new, variant that's being presented to us. We happen to believe, we believe this, is that if there was any place where you have to be trapped someplace, we don't call it quarantine because we're not quite at that level. But if there was ever a place where you needed to be and you're on the fence about, do I go this way or do I stay at home? If you choose a community, you will know that you will have friends there. You will have some socialization. You are going to get all your meals. You don't have to worry about, how am I going to get food? How am I going to get toilet paper? We provide that. All these things that cause you to go outside of your home are all things we do for you. So that's something that we're all a little bit more alert to right now, that people that are kind of sitting on the fence don't really know. We've got at least 16 months of experience as to why moving into a community really worked so well for so many people. And it is measurable. This is not something that just Jennifer and I, conjured up these numbers. It is measurable from our company all across the United States. So there's that question. Thanks, Oath.
Oh, you're welcome. That was fantastic information. Does anyone have any questions? If you'd like to put those in the chat, you're more than welcome to. Great information. I know both of these ladies know senior living inside and out and would be happy to help you in any way that they possibly can. I really appreciate you. I love today's talk because it was very frank and very to the point and easy to understand, and you didn't muddle it and goobity doop it up with all of the lingo, right? Which is great. It makes things so much easier for people to really get down to the bottom of things. But thank you, ladies. If you guys want to take yourself off mute, make some noise. Thank you so much, Brenda Morlinson. Thanks for the great information.
Thank you.
Anyone at Holiday Retirement, they are all trained at any of their locations on how to best assist you and get your questions answered and find out what you need and help you get what you need. So don't be afraid to reach out to any of the properties. However, we know Lisa and Jennifer's faces better than anyone else, so don't be afraid to call them either. They're great people. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, our friends, for doing this for us today. That's right. There's the ad with all the different properties. And their information, as always, you can find Holidays information in the magazine. You can find them online at celebrationmagazine.com. You can go to their website, which is holidayseniorliving.com, and you'll be able to find all the locations there. They are located all over the United States, with the exception of 2 states, I think. 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 6. I apologize. And they have a great travel program. They have a great living share program too, that is part of the benefits of living with them. I always love to talk about it. You can go visit another community in another state. You just have to provide your own transportation to get there, and you have a place that you can stay, and you don't pay any more to do it. It's all included in your rent. And granted, there's a waiting list, I've heard, to go to Hawaii, but they do have a location in Hawaii. So if you would want to visit there, you could, but I mean, I don't know. That waiting list, I'm sure, is extremely long. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us once again. Have a wonderful day. Come see us again on Thursday. We're going to play some bingo.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.